Hello. The protective order process can be the most dangerous time for a victim of domestic violence. Be extra cautious and watchful. Find help at mdcourts.gov/tv. If the court granted a protective order and it's not working out for you, I'm here to explain how the court can help make that order work better for you. Let's begin. In this video, we'll discuss what happens when someone violates a protective order. We'll also explain how to modify or change a protective order. Let's start with 2 ways to ask the court to enforce a protective order. It's a crime to violate certain conditions of a protective order. Those conditions usually have to do with contacting, harassing, or abusing someone. If you call the police, they may arrest the respondent who violates an order. You may also file criminal charges at a commissioner's office. If the respondent is charged with the crime of violating a protective order, you may be asked to testify at their trial. If found guilty, they may be jailed for up to 90 days and fined up to $1,000. When someone disobeys a court order, it's called contempt. You may file for contempt if a respondent violates any provision of the protective order. Submit to the clerk a petition for contempt, violation of protective order, or Form CCDC-DV-007. At a hearing, expect to testify and present evidence. There is no specific penalty if the court finds someone in contempt, but a judge may order whatever is necessary to enforce a protective order. This may include jail time. One last thing about enforcement. Violations of child custody provisions may be complicated. Consider speaking with a lawyer before taking steps to enforce custody terms. Visit mdcourts.gov/dv or mdcourts.gov/custody for legal resources, or speak to a lawyer at the Maryland Court Help Center by calling 410-260-1392. There's also the option to change or modify your protective order. As long as a protective order is not expired, you may ask the court to modify it. That includes asking you to rescind or extend it. You will have to complete a petition to modify, rescind, extend, or Form CCDC-DV-006. The clerk will notify the respondent and schedule a hearing within 30 days. There are specific rules about notification and extending a protective order. Consider talking with a lawyer. Violating some stay-away provisions of a protective order is a crime. Call the police or file charges with the commissioner's office. You may also file a contempt petition. Finally, you may submit forms to modify, rescind, or extend a protective order. Keeping people safe from domestic violence is important. If you are a victim, you are not alone. There's help at mdcourts.gov/dv.